What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Hustle with JesseW. And today we traded one stock. I traded this thing, I don't even know, I think 3 times. And I went 4 times actually. I went 1 loser, 1 winner, 1 loser, and then boom, 1 winner check. Alright guys, before we jump right on into this, do me one quick favor. You know what it is. Smash that like button and subscribe so you can stay tuned to every single one of my new videos. I have a new video coming up here as I relaunch an old business I had, and I'm going to show you step by step how to get it done. So make sure you subscribe so you know when the video comes up. Well, today we had SOLY pop up. It had no news and it was a low float mover. Now, this stock, let me get you the videos because it's crazy. I traded it 4 times. And it's been a real whirlwind of emotions. My first trade on it is a red trade. Let me see if it's this one. I don't... Oh, no. This is the red trade. Here we go. Alright, so here's my first trade on it. Well, my first trade didn't get recorded. That's right. That one did not record. I was red on it, $150 on the day. Okay? Then I realized we were holding above this previous halt price. We were breaking up above and holding VWAP and the 9 EMA. Volume was starting to increase, and this trade took 15 minutes to, work itself out. We're not going to sit here for 15 minutes, especially since I want to go over the boom trade, because that one was a big one. We're going to go ahead and fast forward this. I had 200 shares. My idea was to add another 100 shares over $9, looking for a squeeze up to $9.50, which is this pivot point here right in front of the high of day. Okay, so that was my plan. Now remember, my mindset here is I'm red. I'm just looking to get back to break even, slightly red, or maybe even a tad green. If my trade works out, I would actually be extremely green because my cost basis is at this time 877. And when I add my next 100 shares, you'll see here in a second, we add right there another 100 shares as we start to break over $9. You'll see that now pop up here, play. Boom, I add. My new cost basis is $885 once it factors in commission, as you saw there. And now I'm looking for a squeeze up to $950. And that's a real good, 300 shares. We're doing real good here. At the time, my risk was, I was in at $885 and my risk was right up to VWAP, which was right here. I had a hard stop out and I believe that risk was at 860 something, I want to say. So wasn't a huge risk. It was 30 cents, but I was looking at making, a good amount of money. What is that? Let's go 950, 885 was my average, 65 cents. So it was a 3 to 1. I'm risking 30 cents basically for the chance at making 65 cents. So the risk reward was fine. However, I royally screw this trade up because I get emotional on the trade. Emotions are the worst thing that traders can have. I'm red, right? And that's in the back of my mind. My first trade of the day, red. And now I'm just looking to get out of this and minimize the red. So I look to sell some at 830 and I was looking to sell the rest at a break over 850. I get an order ready over here. I'm sorry, 950, 930. I get an order ready over here at one point, but actually here, 930, see? But we get stuck at 929. And then we dip back down. And what I didn't want to happen was what happened to me here where I lost money, where we had this nasty flash crash and we went all the way down to, I don't even remember what that was, 818. Thankfully, I was able to get out of that at 830 something. I'll show you all my orders here in a minute. So whatever, we're in there, we're up a few bucks. I actually put out an order to sell some and get a partial fill on the ask. You can see there, I went from 300 to 235 shares. And then I just started to panic. I didn't want to see one of these candles and get deeper in the red on the day. So I panic sell out of the position at 916. There it was. I'll put it back here real quick for you. 916, I panic sell. You'll see it disappear now. We're up 116 bucks. And I panic sell there. Get filled 916. The stock squeezes up and makes new highs after that. Kind of sucked. Then I went ahead and actually shot my recap video about 20 minutes later or something like that, 30 minutes later. I'll show it to you right here. There it is. I shot my recap video. I was wearing a different shirt. I actually went out after that, changed shirts because I spilled protein shake on my shirt. So I came back and I waited and waited and waited all afternoon, and I identified that we were holding up over obviously VWAP after this nasty flush. But look at this. Look at this right here. That's a cup and a handle pattern. We were setting up a cup and handle pattern. And I said, I have to get after this right here. So I went after that cup and handle pattern. And I got in right here as we tested this 9 EMA and bounced off of it. At the time, I was in at $13.20. 500 shares, a bigger position this time, but I was more confident in the setup. However, I was a nervous wreck, and we'll get into that. And I had set my stop right underneath the 9 EMA. The 9 EMA had proven to be support earlier in the day as we squeezed. We're here squeezing. I'm thinking the 9 EMA is going to hold support one more time. So I'm in at 1320. My stop was 1389. The last time I changed my stop, 1389. So crazy good risk reward because we're looking to sell this up here in front of the high of the day, which at the time was 1380, and if we get up there, we know we're going to squeeze to 14 bucks. So my plan was to sell some at 1390s and sell the rest over 14, preferably 1450, somewhere in that neighborhood, 1430, 1425. Okay, so that's what happened. I got in there, and prior to that, I had gotten stopped out here with too tight of a stop and lost like $130. So I was down at that point, I was down $190 on the day. Really close to my max loss on the day. I wasn't happy about that. And I knew this next trade could have made it or break it really badly. On either side, it could have been a really, really good win or a really bad loss. Well, not so much a bad loss because my risk reward was tight. However, it would have added to my red day, making it, a max red day, 200 and change dollars red on the day. I did not want that. So let me get you that trade. Here we go. Is it this one? Okay, yeah. Okay, so we're in this trade here. 500 shares, cost base is 1320. My stop is the 9 EMA. Obviously, I'm not going to give it all the way down here to the VWAP or 12 bucks. 9 EMA will support here. 9 EMA will support here. 9 EMA will support here. 9 EMA was holding up here. And then 9 EMA was support throughout all of this. Right? So that's my line in the sand. I got long in front of it. That's my line in the sand. This little pivot point right here, just under 12 bucks. I'm sorry, under $13 is also an area of resistance prior. So now it should be an area of support. So we got two support areas there. And I'm feeling good on it because we got three things going for us here. We got a cup and handle pattern forming. We have the 9 EMA, okay? And then we have this pivot point from earlier. So that's three things. Cup and handle, pivot point from earlier, and the 9 EMA. So to me, those were the three spots I identified. I got in here. This trade lasted 6 minutes. We start bouncing off this 9 EMA. I was a nervous wreck. I put a hard stop, got up and walked out, went to the kitchen where my wife was making me my lunch, which I'm about to eat right now. You saw it there, little Cuban sandwich. And we prayed. Not so much so that the trade would work out, but that I would calm down. Prayer helps me calm down. I thank God for that. I prayed, I calmed down, came back to my desk, sat down, and said, this stock needs to continue holding over $13. Let this 9 EMA continue to, push up there. Let this cup and handle keep forming, and we're going to get the squeeze. And we know shorts are going to be trapped in here. Why? Why would shorts be trapped in here, guys? This stock has no news. So it's been, shorters would think it's their day, right? Look at this. We had this huge move. Shorts got in for sure up here. You know, this has been short squeeze after short squeeze after short squeeze. We held over this area, but then we broke under it on the big, nasty candle from 1340s all the way down to 1164. You know, shorts got all short up in there all throughout this, and then they got squeezed. Then they probably got short again here in front of these areas, in front of the high of day, and then they got squeezed out again. So that's why I thought shorts would get squeezed out. So we're in there, 500 shares, cost basis $13.20. This 90 MA is now at $13 right in front of it. So I lift up my stop even more so. So now I'm super safe, you know, super low risk. And I'm thinking $14. It's like an imminent target. Excuse me, target. So we're in there. And, you know, this trade goes on for a little bit. So we're going to go ahead and fast forward it. We start to get this bit of a squeeze going. Here we go. I knew once we start breaking over these highs right here that were in the 1350s, 1360s, that's what's going to get this squeeze to really go. That's when this trade is really going to trigger out. At this point, I'm calm, cool, and collected. And we're just chilling. There we go. There we get the squeeze. Look at that. Real nice squeeze. All the way up to 1393. At this point, I tried to sell half up there since we're at 1380 by 1394. I'm thinking I'm going to sell half right up here, hold on to the rest for the bigger squeeze over $14. I press sell, but for some reason, I don't get a sell. I was like, all right, whatever. I canceled it. And once we squeezed over 14 bucks, I got flat the full position because it met my final target. My first target was in the 1380s, 1390s. My final target was 1430 to 1450s. That was it. I'd be flat there. I don't care if the stock goes to 20 bucks. It doesn't matter to me because my final target was that. I had a very nice 3-to-1 risk reward on this trade, and I'm not going to be greedy about it. So there, it doesn't sell me out. I cancel the sell order, and I get flat right around here. Damn, at one point I was up 600 bucks. Really nice. I get flat right there, which was about $550 trade at that point, bringing me to a nice $358 day after, you know, covering all those losses I had. It continued to squeeze, and it's hit a high today of $14.99. I'm happy with that trade, like ecstatically happy. The boom I yelled afterwards was really good. So here we are. These are all my trades today. I bought it at 884, got stopped out at 836 on that flash crash. That was nasty. I rebought at 875, and I sold some at 890. Oh no, I'm sorry. I added at 897. Sold some at 928 and some at 916. I rebought at 1337. I added at 1359. Got stopped out at 1288. Then I bought at 1319 and sold at 1430. That was it. That was my final trade on it, 1430. So I'm stoked on that one, that's for sure. And that's it. That's all I did today, guys. Up $358. One of my nicest days of the year. Had I not been red, I'd be up right now over 550 bucks, which would have been even better. But hey, I'm not complaining. Green day. How did you do? Excellent start to the week. How did you do? Let me know. Drop it in the comment section below. Did you trade SOLY? What were your entries and exits? If you didn't, what else did you trade? And drop those entries and exits below. Let me know how it went. Any questions, comments, or concerns, drop them as well in the comment section, and I'll come back around and answer them for you. I hope you're having a great start to your week, and I'll catch you on the next one.